of the semester, I've worked with Starry Skies Equine Rescue and Horse Sanctuary. I've been given the chance to become a volunteer, to be submerged into the horse community, to meet many horses, over 90 to be exact, to learn what it takes to keep a place like this running, and to create a very useful tool for this rescue. Meet the faces of Starry Skies. These gentle giants are given a home, proper care, love, training, and it's all provided mainly through their volunteers. They dedicate a lot of time to helping these horses. Horses come here because they've been surrendered, seized, abandoned, and often taken in by referral. The mission of the rescue and reason for taking in so many horses is to prevent them from entering the slaughter pipeline. Starry Skies gives these horses a chance at life they deserve, not a chance of neglect and abuse, which often leads to entrance into the pipeline. When they take these horses in, they attempt to rehabilitate them, give them all necessary care to find them final homes later in life. Meet the faces behind the scenes. Todd Simlow was my agency representative. I worked very closely with him throughout the project. And this is Trisha Terry and her husband Dan. They own the property, and Trisha is the executive director and founder of the rescue, which was founded in 2011. They dedicate much of their time to saving the lives of these horses. This is just a short clip of an event that happened prior to Thanksgiving. It's just to show you where and how this rescue kind of steps in from preventing the horses to go into slaughter.
And is facing some serious charges of animal abuse. Investigators say he treated the animals so badly that several of them actually died at his Wayne County farm. 7 Action News reporter Tara Edwards shows us how one group came to the animals' rescue.
The neglect is pretty obvious from the video as rescue workers tried to gather 13 horses and mules. This horse is so nervous he knocks one man to the ground. What's worse, police found at least 6 dead animals on this farm in Sumter Township, including 1 horse and several goats. A dog was rescued. His condition isn't known. We're told the horses have all sorts of problems.
Hungry, we've got a lot of long manes, we've got a lot of long feet, and so we're going to have to get the farrier out here and get some trimming and really to be able to evaluate further.
Police have now arrested this man, 69-year-old Gary Gunther. It's suspected he had been neglecting the animals for a while since skeletal remains were found here. Another horse had trouble walking.
The young stud colt seems to have no muscle tone in his back end at all and is having a hard time standing and is really wobbly.
One stallion was left in a pen with 4 feet of manure, we're told. Other horses and mules had swollen legs, body sores. Some are sick. The animals were brought here to Starry Skies Rescue.
But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that when people find themselves unable to take care of the horses or unwilling, that they don't seek other resources.
And Gunther has been charged with animal cruelty and neglect. In the meantime, we're told it will take about 3 to 6 months for these animals to be fully healed, and they're looking for donations. You can go to our website, WBXYZ.com, to find out how to donate. In Ann Arbor, Tara Edwards, 7 Action News.
So if Trisha and Todd and the rescue volunteers wouldn't have stepped in to help these horses, they would have been sent to auction, where they would have been bought for slaughter and sent across the border to either Canada or Mexico. So obviously the main goal and central issue around this horse rescue is horse slaughter. To be honest, I really didn't know much about slaughter. I didn't know it was an issue or anything involving it because the last plant here closed in 2007, and at that time, younger, not really focused on that. But as doing my research, it was very interesting and actually sad to find some of the stuff. These animals are often dismembered while unconscious, so they're still alive. They go through pain and suffering and inhumane torture. You can imagine yourself falling, bumping your head, going unconscious for a few minutes. The same thing happens with them. They receive a blow to the head, they're not killed, they're unconscious, and then dismembered. So imagine that happening to you or someone you love. It was a long process throughout this semester that actually led me to my final manual. It was all steps along the way. One of the the biggest ones was my research. It taught me a lot about the issues around horse slaughter, which can be read about more in detail on my CLEO in the documents. And I also learned about horses in general. The volunteers at this rescue gave me a chance to become one of them. I was able to observe them, work with them, and learn a lot of new things. I was also able to answer my own question of what could I put in this manual that would make things easier for them. They were offering great input and great advice, and I was very happy to get it. The community here is very tightly knit. Horse communities, they have their own language, their own terms, and I felt that in time I was finally accepted into this, which could only help make my manual for the rescue even better. Fundraising was a very important part of this semester, as I will discuss more on the next slide. But as far as awareness goes, it was done through flyers, as the rescue's always done. But I really reached out through media, Facebook, Twitter, email. Those were the best ways to get the message across and to tell people about events. But honestly, most of it came from verbal communication skills. I was really able to put those to use for some good. When it came to fundraising, we did a t-shirt campaign. This campaign raised $1,300 for the rescue, which is a nice bit of money to help out with vet bills and whatnot. We also did a Buffalo Wild Wings fundraiser that brought in over $2,000. When it came to using my verbal communication skills and also my persuasion skills to help others understand the central issue of horse slaughter, I was able to secure 750 bales of hay from the White family of Belleville, Michigan. And I was also able to find 7 monthly sponsors that committed for 1 year. Each month they're going to donate $100 to the rescue. $700 a month can make a change in a lot of lives of horses. My whole project is simply summarized here in a nutshell. The amount of hours I invested, the people impacted, the amount of animals impacted. This PowerPoint is probably not the most up to date. The numbers have increased for overall. Within this, I was able to keep a journal, a record of my thoughts, and throughout the semester, it was interesting to go back. When I started the manual versus now coming to an end, my thoughts have really changed throughout the process. I feel that I came more emotionally attached to the animals themselves. This was a table that helped me keep track of everything that I did, the dates, who it impacted, how many hours I logged with it. So, for instance, the 11/16/2013 was people impacted, 297 people. This was the Buffalo Wild Wings fundraiser. All of this information and part of the process was then transferred to my CLEO to show people the steps to my final outcome, which was my work number 3 and the biggest fulfillment of the rescue's needs, the volunteer manual. Time spent working and talking with the rescue workers are what helped me to create such a useful tool. This manual is designed to save time and give every volunteer the opportunity to use their time more effectively. It is a reference manual for answers to simple questions that come up day and day again. It includes photos, so they can reference it by photo, such as equipment, like for helmets with the proper boots, forks, how to tie a proper knot. It shows pictures, different types of feed because they often look the same, photos to help out with that. It also includes those horse terms and slang that the horse community uses that I myself knew nothing about until doing my research and becoming immersed in the community. But all in all, it's the basic how-tos. And everything in the manual pertains to Starry Skies, not another rescue, not another horse farm, just Starry Skies, and what Tricia and Todd thought would be most valuable and useful to their volunteers. So in the end, it was created with a lot of volunteer input, a lot of research, and a lot of collaboration. My time at the rescue is what allowed me to create such a useful tool and project. can give the amount of time and dedication that I did to the rescue, but there's many things you can do to help, as you can see here. But looking back, I would say I got a little too emotionally involved and invested in the horses. I would have liked to spend more time spreading awareness, or perhaps implementing my manual. So taking the final copy and then going through it with new volunteers that come almost on a daily basis and getting their feedback. But I don't plan to stop working with this rescue anytime soon, so that's something I will definitely do in the near future because it's very important to me. So just like every human deserves a lifetime of happiness, good health, love, protection from harm, and a place to call home, so do these horses. The Horse Care Manual will ensure that horses can continue to receive these because of well-prepared and trained volunteers. Without well-prepared and trained volunteers, horses like Grace would not be able to call this place home and be saved from slaughter, as so many do at Starry Skies Equine Rescue and Sanctuary.